All right, so you guys take a look and just kind of watch me in this case, and then you can try it out, and I'll come around and help you. So what we're going to do is we're going to start kind of messing around with making horns, which is actually pretty much the same way we're going to do a lot of the other things, like adding the body. So what I want you to do is kind of decide where you want the horns to be. So I'm going to put mine over here. You can put them you can put a bunch on there. You can put small ones on. This would also be somewhat of a similar way that you would do teeth if you want to. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, and kind of a different kind of tool, is our flatten tool right here. Okay, I'm going to get my flatten tool, and I'm going to go, and basically what happens is when I start going one direction, it makes like a flat surface just in that one direction I'm moving. So when I click and I hold, it's already kind of solidifying what way I'm going. Okay, so you can kind of see it developing here. And I'm just, again, flattening out an area for my horn to be placed. Okay, so now if I spin, you can see that landing a little bit, right? If I want it to be more intense, I can maybe bump up my strength and then, again, go back to it, flatten out that. It was kind of flat anyway, but still got a good start. All right, next thing, I'm going to go back to my draw tool, right, which is pretty, we use that quite a bit. And I'm just going to put my playhead, not my playhead, but my cursor over top of that area, and I'm going to scale it up a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start pulling that horn out by clicking. Okay, so this is, again, very similar to how we did the snout, too. I was using that draw tool to pull that little horn out. Again, just a little nub. And it's happening on both sides, as you can see there. Okay, now we're going to switch, and I'm going to get my grab tool. Okay, make sure it's not on global. So if it's on global, turn it off. It should be non-highlighted global there. Okay, so I'm going to go back down there. I'm going to scale that up. And then I'm just going to start pulling on that horn. Now, when I want to make it like kind of more pointy, what I do is I basically just bump my size down. And then I start pulling it a little bit more. And again, I'll bump it down all the way to the point where this is like a very small size. All right, next thing I'm going to do is go get my draw tool. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is actually use this to build up kind of like a ridge around the horn. So I'm going to bump the size down, strength, we'll leave it where it is right there. And what I'm going to start doing is running this thing around the side of that horn to kind of build up like almost like skin that might form around the horns there. Speaking like this is a real thing, but okay. There, I'll go to my other horn just because it's a little bit easier for me to get to the part that I need there. All right, so I've kind of built up like a little bit of a skin flap thing there for the horn. And then if I want to kind of increase a little bit of separation here, what I might want to do is go to my crease tool and actually use my crease tool to kind of create some separation between the horn and the skin there. Again, this is more like detailing, but you can kind of see how I'm doing this. All right, and maybe I'll bump the strength up a little bit, bump my size up just a little. We'll just pull that up a little bit. Oop, that didn't look too good. All right. So those, some very basic horns. All right. What I want you guys to do, kind of take some time and mess around with that mentality of how to create those. You don't have to stick with just two. Okay. Say you wanted to add some maybe up top here. You could, start pulling some out of the front of the head there. Or you could do a series of small ones. Okay. Go ahead and mess around with that.